In this video, we're going to take a look at the derivatives of the sine and cosine function. If we look at the derivative of the sine function, the derivative of the sine function is cosine of x. If we were to go through and work on proving that, we would use some of our trig rules. So the sum rule for a sine, so the sum of two angles, you can use that trig rule. And then we would also use some of those trig limits that we had before. But this is the derivative of sine. The derivative of sine is cosine. The derivative of cosine is negative sine. And so, if we were to roll through on this first example, we want to take the derivative of 3 sine x. We have 3 times sine x, so 3 is a constant, but it's being multiplied by a function. So when we take our derivative, it will go along for the ride. Derivative of sine from above is cosine. Then we have minus the derivative of 14x squared. So 14 is a constant times a function. So 14 times the derivative of x squared is 2x to the first, right? So we brought the power down. We subtract 1 from the power. So we have 3 cosine x minus 28x. That is our derivative. For our next example, we have cosine x divided by 4 plus x square root of x. So I might rewrite this as 1/4 cosine x. All right, so dividing by 4 is the same as multiplying by 1/4. Square root of x is the same as x to the 1/2. So that's not a derivative. That is just using algebra. So now when we take our derivative, we have the derivative of 1/4 cosine x, so that 1/4 goes along for the ride. It's a constant times a function. Derivative of cosine of x is negative sine x. Right, so it's 1/4 times negative sine x, not 1/4 minus sine x. Plus the derivative of x to the 1/2, we bring the 1/2 down. We subtract 1 from the power, so that becomes a negative 1/2. So we could write this as negative 1/4 sine x plus 1 over 2 x to the 1/2, or 2 square root x. And that is how we roll through and find our derivative. So in the next video, we're just going to run through a variety of examples where we find derivatives using any of our derivative rules that we've talked about in the last couple of videos. All right, we'll talk to you then.